Welcome back to How to Souls. My name is Rach and today we're going to continue with our walkthrough of Dark Souls 3. We've travelled back to where we beat Pontiff Sulyvahn at his bonfire, and now we're going to continue through the gates this time and head into Anor Londo. Yes, you heard me, Anor Londo. Can you believe it? Very cool, very exciting. Over here on the left there is a Titanite shard down here in the courtyard, which looks like it should have Solaire standing here. Like, where's Solaire? There are two Titanite lizards. I was going to call them crystal lizards. Yeah, they are crystal lizards. Where did I get Titanite lizard from? I don't know. Twinkling Titanite lizard isn't incorrect. These two are kind of pesky because they do tend to run around by the little like sculptures, but you can just quit and reload on the spot, get them to come back up. If you can get them to run in the same direction, you might be able to get two of them, but just concentrate on getting one of them, and then you can reload again and get the other one. See, there we go. At least we got one. So that'll get us a Twinkling Titanite. We're going to reload again. This isn't like Demon Souls. You don't have a finite number of times that you can reload a crystal lizard. Like, they will just keep coming back until you eventually get them. So don't get frustrated if you need to reload a couple of times. These ones are particularly annoying just because they do always run towards the fountains and it's quite hard to hit them when they're underneath there. This area up ahead, these giants corpses, some of them are not so corpsey. So we are going to fight them, but we've got some deacons up on the bridge here that we do need to take down first because we don't want them to be raining down fire upon us as we're fighting the giants. And also beyond the giants, there's two like NPC kind of lads that have got dual weapons that are just, they can be terrible. It can be terrible all at once. So first of all, priority, taking down the congregation. Prowling Magus and the congregation. Oh, good times. Same as they were before when we fought them in the Deacons of the Deep, except this time now they're blue. And also, I guess they have more health now, later in the game. The tall ones shoot fireballs. The big fat one is really thick. Lots of health. And also he does a force medical, which blasts you back the way, but it doesn't do any damage at least. It's not like Wrath of the Gods. Right, we've pulled one of the NPCs. We've actually pulled both. They've both got dual weapons and they're both infused with dark. Now luckily we have quite high dark resistance thanks to the armor that we're using, but if you have particularly low dark resistance, be aware both these weapons are enchanted and they're going to do damage to you if they hit you. Ideally we would want to fight these guys one at a time, but we are quite easily able to separate them due to the fact that one of them is just naturally more aggressive, it looks like. Yeah, see, look, that hit us there and it didn't really do that much damage. Jon Snow here with the dual spears. Trying to get behind him, trying to get a backstab. It's quite difficult because he's obviously got the massive advantage of having reach over us. Like, his spears are much longer. But as soon as we get him caught in a combo, and especially because we pinned him against the wall, easy peasy. No bother at all. He does drop his twin spears, so if that was something that you wanted to try, then that's the thing you can try. Okay, with them down, now it's a lot safer to go back down to the like ground floor and take out the giants. But first, we have this little alcove on the right. I say on the right. It was the left, and now it's the right, as the crow flies. On the actual left, though, there's a shiny here. It's just a Titanite, if you do want to pick that up. Large Titanite shard. Always good to get. Never know when you're going to need them, I suppose. Back in here, this takes you back into the room where we fought Pontiff, where the bonfire is. There's a lift. I don't know if you can really call this a shortcut. It's not really a shortcutting to anywhere, really. Just like round the corner. I don't really know why it exists. But there is another one as well that is slightly more useful, in my opinion. Okay, so running around here, there's a couple things to find. Nothing like truly mind-blowing. There's a mimic at the end of the hallway here. You can tell it's a mimic because the chain at the side is curled out, pointing at you like a tail. Splaying. I'm just making up words now. Spraying black blood everywhere, which is actually something I've just noticed, that he's got black blood. That's how you know that it's a fake chest and not a real chest. A real chest would have red blood. Wait, what? Drops the golden ritual spear. That one could be fun. I want to try like a faith build in this game because there's lots of really cool like faithy things. They're all very pretty, aren't they? But no, Dex, man, like the twin blades, there's so much these things can do. Absolutely burning down bosses, as you will see later on in this episode. It's pretty good. It's coming up. Wait till you see it. This crystal lizard here drops a simple gem, which does infuse your weapon with magic. It'll scale off intelligence, it'll do magic damage, and do more damage the higher intelligence you have. You do need to find the right kind of coal and give the coal to Andre, so that he can make simple weapons, but we actually find that later on in this episode. Okay, now we're back in the room. We're just going to head back round again. Apologies if you can hear the Hoover. My wonderful cleaners are tidying up the house for us today. We can't quite remember which ones of these come alive, but we want to make sure we're the one to get the first hit. So we are just like sort of hitting them all. It's easy once you know what to look for, right? The ones that don't come alive are darker. And this one here, you can see is lighter. He's coming alive. It takes just 5 hits with L1 to take them down. And the next one's this one here. Do you see this other one? On the left. See how he's a bit lighter? Yeah. So get the first hit in, get a full combo down. Oh! Full combo on them. And definitely much easier. Easy hackin' peasy lemon squeezy if you manage to get them before they even stand up. And also, don't have those NPCs to worry about. Don't have the pontiffs to worry about. The pontiffs? No, the deacons. The other heckin' member of the church. So, lots of nice trees here. Oh, there we go. Large titanite shard. I wondered what she was looking for there. Oh, there's some trees here, guys. Welcome to this Dark Souls 3 walkthrough. And to the right of this giant, you will see a tree. We've headed back in under the bridge, where we've got a couple of these shadow guys here. There is one hiding in the corner, and there's a mage one on the left. Best just to quickly get the corner one so he doesn't sneak up on us. We do the sneaking here, not you. And this has a dark stone plate ring. So there is a boss that does dark damage coming up that you might need a bit more dark defense for. So there's the dark stone plate ring if you do require that. Fairly simple to pick up, so why not? And now we're going to head up the stairs into the building. Don't think there's anything of note back there to pick up. You've got up the right there to progress, or if you go on the left here, there's actually an illusory wall. Down here is a covenant, and more importantly, absolute PTSD trauma on my part. One simple trick to deal with this room. There are 2 Sulyvahn's beasts in here. You do not want to fight them both at once. It's just impossible. Pull this one on the left. Very important. If you pull the one on the left, that'll be the only one that comes. But if you pull the one on the right, if we are not mistaken, the both of them come. So just pull the one on the left. If you can get 2 hits on the head, that's when they stagger and they allow you to get that big crit attack. Try to stay sort of underneath or like right around the side, because this big sort of like turny roundy chomp does deal a lot of damage. Yeah, they're quite tricky. They're easy if you can hit the head. They're tricky to hit the head. Easy if you get the kill, but hard to get the kill. Incredible. Incredible commentary, Rachel. Thank you, thank you. Once you pick up this human dregs, it does trigger the other one. And if we can get into position, he's going to jump at us, and then we could get the headshot. Boom. So 2 L1s on the head. We do get the crit. Go in, take the crit. That'll make him lie on his back. And poor puppy is praying. He's like, please don't hurt me. That really hurt. Please. Oh, it's so sad. It's like, this is sad puppy Sif of Dark Souls 3. I don't know why the devs would put something like that into a game, like a dog begging for mercy. Like, I just can't deal with that, man. Like, how? The good news is they don't respawn, so if you do die to the second one, then you've only got one more to worry about. There's a deep gem to pick up there. That'll allow you to infuse a weapon with dark, or with deep, rather. And then here's Archdeacon McDonnell, which allows you to join the Deacons of the Deep Covenant of the Deep, Dregs of the Deep, human dregs, or what you hand into them. I actually don't remember a lot about that Covenant. Let's do some Dark Souls 3 Covenant videos. We'll cover those in separate videos. This is just a walkthrough just for the game, for the story. But yeah, Covenants are a whole other ball game because a lot of them are online. I don't really play online. I don't really do PvP. I don't really do like co-op. I really want to, but I think because these games, when they first came out, yes, lots of online activity, but like not so much these days. These days, most of us are just doing challenge runs or first playthroughs. It's both sides, both ends of the spectrum, I suppose. Alrighty, back up here. It's a shame. Was there a bonfire down there? Did I completely space on that? I hope there is, because there's a Covenant there. Right, up here you hear a very, very, very familiar sound. Next to a very familiar building. And you think to yourself, oh god, not again. Seriously. Anor Londo archers. I could not believe the first time I saw this. I was like, are you joking me? It's like, do you know what? I actually don't think it's as bad as the Dark Souls 1 version because you can run right up to this first one. So I get him around the side where the other one cannot reach you. When he gets close enough to you, he brings out his sword. Very easy to parry. Silver Knights, very easy to parry. Always have the same sort of moveset. But yeah, if you fight him just here, then nothing else can sort of touch you. Oh, we got 2 parts of the armor there. Not bad. And then we can head up here. Down the stairs where we can't get shot. Pick up this shiny Easterner's Ashes. This one's quite important, so do make sure you pick up this one for our NPC quest lines. This archer here does sort of like lose interest in us, so if you do manage to sneak up behind him, you can get a backstab. A spell which is really, really useful in this entire area is Spook. It's quite low intelligence requirement. I do think it's only about 10. I'll fact check this and I'll put a little note on the screen. But yeah, super low requirements to use, so maybe you are able to use it. The Assassin class actually starts out with this spell. But Spook sort of makes your footsteps... I was going to say invincible. Silent. Makes your footsteps silent, allows you to sneak up on enemies. I do believe it also has the... does it have like a fall damage thing on it as well? Either way, basically it's for sneaking. It can be really, really useful in this area. This one up here, I actually think it's easier to keep the bow out and then rush them for this one, but getting him to get the sword out isn't that much harder. Backstabs would be easier if he wasn't up against the wall. That's not ideal. That thrust is a perfect opportunity to get a backstab. Nice one. Okay, so we can head down to this next one. I think we might be able to sneak up on this one, maybe. And then there's another one down there. Jeez. We've got a really good route, but there are a lot of them. Nice, nice. And they drop their armor, which is nice. Very heavy, though. We don't really have that much endurance to wear it. We get the backstab on this? Ah, no, this one is... it's got good healing, this one, with the spear. You do not want to fight the spear on the rafter, on the narrow walkway there. Especially with him below you, because he can get a headshot on you, he can like hit you. If you're fighting something on stairs or on like a ramp like this, you want to have the low ground and the enemy with the high ground, because a lot of the time their attacks can go over your head, but you don't want it to be the other way around. If we go down here and then down this ladder, this is where we're going to open up a little shortcut here. You might find it useful. I mean, actually, you may very well find it useful because that skips all of the Silver Knights. Yeah, I had in my head this wasn't that useful. It was the last one, the Pontiff's Room shortcut, that wasn't very useful. But this one, very useful. So be sure to open that door, and then that connects right onto the side where the little deacons were firing the fire at us. Just right down to here. And you can get one of your very own Dragon Slayer great bows and some arrows just there. And then, yeah, we'll drop back down. Okay, so now we are back where the courtyard was, where the giants were. And this is where the shortcut that we opened was. So we can always come back this way if we die. Just here. So back up the ladder to where we dropped down. If you're not too bothered about the great bow, obviously don't bother jumping down for it, because it takes time to run back round. But I don't know, picking up everything feels good, doesn't it? And also, you never know when you might want to try something out and you don't have it in your bags and you're like, oh, why didn't I pick that up? Okay, so now it's time for something very, very special, because lads, we're going to get married. Why did I think of Beetlejuice there? I gotta get married. So what we're doing is we're just, looking the part. You don't have to do this. We're just having a bit of fun. Putting a little wedding dress on. Gonna get married, taking our weapons off. Through here is, because we've been doing the sort of secret ending, the Lord of Hollows ending for this game, this is open to us. But if you haven't been doing it, this may be an illusory wall that you have to get through. Here is not Yule. It's Yule's sister, I guess. It says, welcome in. Your spouse awaits you. You are very near. Is there an echo in here? So she gives us the Sword of Avowal. Instead of wedding rings in the Dark Souls 3 universe, you don't exchange rings. You exchange stabs in the face, I guess. So the Lord of Hollows must have a spouse. And is always heterosexual relationship. That's why if you're a female character, Anre is a man, and if you're a male character, Anre is a woman. The assassin, the whatever race of creatures Yule and his sister are, did assassinate poor Anre, and here's his body here. He's ready to be our husband, I guess. I don't really know why he had to be dead. I guess because we're the Lord of Hollows. We have to marry a corpse. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of spooky. Lots of really good lore things that you should definitely check out. Some cool lore channels on. I've been watching quite a bit of Smowtown, but I know he's been doing a lot of Elden Ring. I don't know if he has some Dark Souls 3 stuff. But if you guys want to share some really nice Dark Souls 3 lore YouTube channels in the comments, I'd love to hear them. But yeah, this Lord of Hollows ending is completely optional. It does award a trophy, but it is sort of the unquote it's the good ending. I don't know. It's it feels like the secret ending. The Dark Lord ending in Dark Souls, where it's kind of you're going against the grain. It kind of feels like the perfect ending. So we've stabbed Anre in the face. We got married. If we reload, his corpse leaves behind his straight sword, so that's worth picking up. The chest is not on the left. We've gone the wrong way. It's on the right. There's a chest if you go around. You might recognise this whole place as where we fight Gwyndolin. And if you haven't guessed that it's Anor Londo by now, I did spoil it. But if you haven't guessed by now, you might be like, huh, this looks really like Anor Londo. This looks really like where we fought Gwyndolin. This corridor here. And the room at the end with the coffin in it. Giant coffin. Anyway, yes, so that's us done. We got married. This lassie's died, which sucks. But she does drop us Chameleon. Maybe my favourite spell for messing around with. It camouflages you as a random item from the area that you're in. So it might turn us into a pot or something. This will become very, very useful later on in the game, much later on in the game. So when we come out the other side here, if we pull this lever, we do get our lovely Anor Londo staircase. Doo-doo. Dropping down for us. So we'll just head up here. It's so the same world, but hundreds of years, maybe even thousands of years apart. The same souls that get reincarnated every time, getting more powerful each time. The same cycle of life and death, and the Age of Fire and the Age of Hollows and the Age of Disparity and the Age of Dark, and like just going round and round and round. So I suppose it makes sense that there would be, you know, we had like the Demon Ruins, and now we've got Anor Londo. Ba-dum. And now here we got the staircase leading up to Ornstein and Smough. Oh, wouldn't that have been good if it was Ornstein and Smough? Imagine if Ornstein was in this game. Imagine. Instead of going up the stairs, though, we're actually going to go back down the stairs in this rotating central platform. And we will notice that there is a sort of tower apart down there with a bonfire on it. This is actually a hidden sort of path. How you were meant to know that, I do not know, but it is a hidden path that heads over here to Yorshka.
Stranger.
So she is the leader of the Darkmoon Covenant,
I am Yorshka,
Darkmoon Knights,
captain
that
of the
Siddis
Darkmoon.
so loyally fights for. So if we perform the Darkmoon loyalty gesture that we got from Siddis from doing Siddis's quest line,
Duty.
she will give us the Blade of the Darkmoon Covenant item that allows us to fight for that covenant. So, down the tower here, there's a couple things we can pick up. This is a jumping puzzle, which is very easy to fail. Am I right, Charlie? Am I right? But just take your time, step off the edge. I mean, obviously it doesn't need to be said, but don't go too fast. It's very easy to die here. There's one Painting Guardian's curved sword. And then down here there is a second Painting Guardian's curved sword, so you can dual wield those. Oh no, wait, that wasn't a second one. It was a trick of the UI. It's because she never got rid of the first one. I thought there was a second one. I got really excited because you get the armor, and then I thought you got two, like you could dual wield them, but no, it's because she never got rid of the first one on the UI, so it was looked like we picked up a second one. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry for the misinformation. I got very excited there. I feel like I have been fed misinformation. I am disappointed. Hey, is this room familiar? Remember when we found this chapel? What was it called? Church of Yorshka. Remember when we found this and I was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we dropped down here later? We did! I kept my promise. Hurrah! Okay, that's that done. So there's another covenant available for you if you like. Now we're going to head up the stairs to 2 more Silver Knights. This is the guys that you would farm if you wanted to get Proof of Concord kept to level up the Darkmoon Covenant, which takes a really long time to farm because these guys are really annoying. But hey, good souls, really good souls drop from these two. The second one comes no matter what you do. So try and take out... Oh. So try and take out the first one as quick as you can. As you're fighting on the stairs and the enemy is above you on the stairs, you will find, as you will see in a second, right there, did you see? A lot of their attacks will just go right over your head, which we got kind of lucky there because no attempt to dodge was made. So yeah, it's always a good idea just to stay lower down on the stairs, lower than your opponent. You want to try and get the backstab with the Silver Knights. Oh my god, look at him rolling down the stairs. Look at him just chilling. Rolling down the stairs. Oh my god. Ay. Oh, just doing a little bit change of fashion here. Just putting on some Painting Guardian bitties. Maybe the helm as well. Yeah. Looks a bit mismatched. Yeah, there we go. Almost a full set. A little bit more defense as well. Always good. This Silver Knight here has red eyes, and you know from playing Demon Souls and from actually not even from Demon Souls, the red eyes Lothric Knight in the very first area in the Undead Burg, not in the Undead Burg. Listen to me. In the High Wall of Lothric, we found a red eyes enemy, and we know that that means that they're a lot more powerful, a lot more attack and defense on those. So, contrary to Dark Souls 1's Anor Londo, the way to proceed, we would come down here to get to the Anor Londo archers. That's not the case in Dark Souls 3. We actually need to go over to the other side. Where are we going? No? Maybe there's something there on New Game Plus as well, actually. So, it's just Red Eyes Man on the left. Or the right, I guess. The right. Ugh. Depending where you're looking. If we come over here to the left. None of these pesky lightning spear gargoyles, which is nice. And this is where you have the giant blacksmith in Dark Souls 1. Lovely guy. Be a shame if anything happened to him, eh? Oh, I guess something did happen to him. That wasn't you, was it? That's where you get the giant's call. I couldn't remember if we got that last episode or this episode. But we got it this episode. Sorry. There's a lot to take in doing these walkthroughs. And a lot to try and give. So hopefully you're getting given quite a lot of stuff. It's so dark in here. I guess the canon ending of Dark Souls 1 included the player destroying the illusion of Guinevere and confronting Gwyndolin that way. Ah, that path is blocked, so we can't actually get into the bit with all the silver knights in it in Dark Souls 1. The first thing we're going to do is bolt it straight to the door, well, to the side of the door, and pull the lever to open the door, because we do have another one of these big horrific spider, werewolf spider things. We fought one of these before in the past, and they are pretty scary, but if you just hit the head a couple of times, they do have a stun, much like Sullivan's Beast. However, this one's kind of zippy, and it's been a bit difficult to hit the head. There we go, we got it. Okay, so with him down, you can get the crit, and very easy to deal with. Well, easier than you think. Easier than it looks, because it's so scary. That dropped Aldrich's ruby. Aldrich. It recovers HP from critical attacks. Critical attack, of course, being a backstab or a riposte after a parry. But also, I guess crits... I don't know, it's... Crits also count as like a headshot in Elden Ring. I don't believe that's the case with Dark Souls 3. I think it's just backstabs and ripostes. More deacons at the end here. And also a couple above us. They're going to shoot us the entire time. Let's ignore these slimes for now. They move really slowly. They'll only attack us if we're really close to them. Take down all these deacons. If we head up on the ramp here on the side and just take out the last couple. Ooh. I mean... Oh, this big guy needs a couple of hits. Another Proof of Concord kept for leveling up the Covenant. Right, okay, so... oh, that one dropped some human drags for the Deacon Covenant. Okay, that big fog wall there, that's our boss. If you do want to kill all these slimes, the best way to do it is with fire bombs. Or pyromancy, if you have any. Look at that. Beautiful. They are super, super weak to fire, but quite resistant to physical, so it's going to take a while if you do want to kill them all. Oh, these two here are guarding a chest. There's a chest in the corner here. Do not miss this chest, please. We're just going to kill them, just to make sure they don't stab us in the back while we're opening the chest. We've got some Titanite shards. Might need those. Okay, they're not hard to kill, they just take forever with swords. Estus shard, so that's another heal in that chest there. Or another mana potion if you are thinking about using some spells, or perhaps you're using your weapons, weapon art quite a lot. Then you could, if you feel like you've got enough heals, you could start having a couple of blue Ashen Estus flasks. There's no wrong way to play this game. Whee! You're telling me you didn't run into the second Silver Knight? God, we're so different. We've got so much in common, Charlie and I, but we're also so different, man. Okay, this next boss is weak to fire. So on our equipment bar, we do have the charcoal pine resin and the charcoal pine bundle. The resin is the one that lasts longer, but takes longer to apply. The bundle is almost instant in application, but it's very, very short. Like, oh God, like 10 seconds short. I always feel with buffs like this that they add like a sort of time pressure to the encounter, and they encourage me to play more aggressively, and I quite often just get hit and die. Welcome to Aldrich, Devourer of Gods. If he looks like Gwyndolin, that's because he ate Gwyndolin. His weapon does dark damage, his sorcery is dark sorcery, so that's why you might want a little bit more dark defense. At the minute we've got enough just from our armor, but we did pick up that dark ring. So Aldrich, you want to avoid his attacks from the front, circle round and hit him from the back, especially if you're hitting him with fire in a combo. It does horrific damage. When you do enough damage, he goes into sort of like a phase transition and starts doing different attacks. This first one, when he fires an arrow into the sky, you've got this dark cloud that comes down and it's raining arrows. You want to run in a figure 8 around the room, sort of looping around the pillars. That is the only attack that's going to give you bother, the soul spear, or dark soul spear or whatever, because it can go through pillars and it will break the pillar as well, which is not great. But this, I don't know what to call this, the little dark sort of particles aren't so scary because they can get blocked by the pillars. Once he is covered in fire, you are going to need to worry a little bit, don't worry too much, about his fire sort of trail coming out of his sluggy bum, because it will do chip damage. But we've got like 25 figure, so it's not a big deal. He's going to do some spells again. He's going to do the arrow again, right? So we're going to run away, figure 8 around the room. As long as you have a full stamina bar, you'll be able to avoid this, but you do want to not stop running. It's important here to try and control your camera so you always know where you're going. But if you can, it's tricky to run unless you use like a crab grip. It's very tricky to run holding the circle button and move the camera at the same time. But you do want to try your best to keep an eye on Aldrich just in case he is doing a soul spear, because that is dangerous and that's the one you need to try and dodge. When you're up close to him, he never hangs around for long. He will teleport to the opposite corner of the room every time. It will always be the furthest away corner from you. And he will do that with a sort of dark explosion. So be aware when you see him sort of raise his spear. It's like a bow even. It's like a bow spear. Raise his weapon. There we go. And yeah, see, we've got a couple of spears here. Not great, but we have got the, we've got the dark defense. We've got the Estus to deal with it, so all good. There's another dark cloud. Keep running. Figure 8. Yes, so that as he's teleporting away, it does do dark damage, so be sure just to dodge out of that. Don't go too ham on the combo. We're just waiting for a good opportunity, a good sort of window to... Here we go. This is it. Go, go, go. That's it. That's it. If he had done like an arrow there, we would have ran away. So hiding underneath him is a good place to be. Just always hit the tail. And we didn't even need another charcoal pine resin there. He just takes tons of damage. So that was Aldrich. He is one of my favourite bosses. I think he is great fun. He is really tricky on low stamina. So if you're struggling with that side of things, like running away from the arrows in particular, it could be a stamina issue. So you might want to reconsider your build. Which, I mean, Rosaria can help you with that. It can help you respec, but it does mess up Sidis's quest. So it's up to you. Because Aldrich was our third Lord of Cinder that we have fallen, and then the fourth obviously being Ludlith that's there willingly. That means we're now teleported to the Church of Lothric, to where Emma is here, right back at the start of the game in the High Wall of Lothric. You'll always get teleported here after your third, so whether that is... It'll never be the Abyss Watchers, will it? Because you can't possibly... You need to do them first. So whether it's Aldrich or Yorm, it'll be one of the two. You'll get teleported here after. When Emma dies, you get the basin. There's then a message saying, put the basin in the statue. We're not going to do that because we've just beaten a boss. We've got 150,000 souls. We're not going to do that right now. And you'll see why. First, we're going to go back to Firelink Shrine, take care of a couple things, and then we will come back. Because there's another boss. It spawns another boss. Oh, we've not. We've gone back to Anor Londo. My bad, sorry. First of all, we're going to go back to Anor Londo. Ah, yes, of course, because it teleported us away right after the boss died. So there are a couple of things one thing in particular anyway, just to pick up in that fight that we would have been free to pick up had we not been teleported away. So back to Aldrich's boss room, which I just think is, oh my god, just the memories in this room, man. Big statue of Gwyn, big statue of Guinevere at the back. Fan service. I'm eating it up. I'm eating it. We're eating well. There he is, the boy. And the girl. Booba looks smaller in real life. Up here on the left are the small and superior elevator. Mick. To a familiar sight. There's not a bonfire here. Outside the chamber of the princess. Nor is there a princess inside the chamber of the princess. However, what there is the Sun Princess ring. A medical boosting ring. And then round here to the less superior bonfire. Elevator. Less superior elevator. I don't know, guys. Dark Souls 1 fans, are you a human elevator or a giant elevator kind of guy? I feel like it says a lot about you as a person. Now we're going to head back to Firelink. Sorry, I forgot about the ring. I thought there was an armor set up there, but I actually realised that that's Dark Souls 1, isn't it? Lothric's armor set up the top there. Well, met Ashen One. So we have the Easterner's ashes for the Shrine Handmaiden. We're going to give her those. And then now we're free to purchase the Budding Green Blossom. It's only 10 souls. No excuse for not forgetting it. This is part of Cirrus's questline. We go to Andre, we give him the Giant's Coal, which will now allow us to infuse with Lightning Simple and Chaos. We give him an Estus Flask Shard. We get another charge on our Estus. Head back to Yuria. Chat to her. She's delighted we've now tied the knot. So that furthers the Lord of Hollows questline. Okay, time to pop all these souls just into the Firekeeper. Pop the souls into the Firekeeper. Our level's getting a bit high here, so we're just going to try and purposefully keep it low. Dumping a couple of points in faith and luck. You don't need to worry about that. That's just because we're kind of worried about being too powerful. We don't want things to melt. Vigor at 27 is a good rule of thumb because it gives you a nice round 1000 HP when you're unembered. Budding Green Blossom that we bought from the Shrine Handmaiden. You do get a second one that has a little message attached. Says, "Goodbye, dear grandmother. I will visit grandfather in the Pit of Hollows." This is from Cirrus, so this is a clue as to where Cirrus has gone. Pit of Hollows is where we fought the curse-rotted Greatwood, so that's where we're going to head now. But yeah, the level thing, if you have spare souls to level up, put them into dexterity, put them in vigor, or put them in endurance, basically. But we're trying to make sure our character doesn't get too unrealistically powerful because we got some feedback that maybe it's not the best for the walkthrough to be too powerful. Okay, so this is the Pit of Hollows. This is where we fought the curse-rotted Greatwood, but she isn't here. Where she actually is above us. So we need to go back to the dilapidated bridge and then run all the way here, sort of manually. Oh, because we beat our Lords of Cinder, the eclipse is now out. So there's this lovely reddish sky around us now. Here's Cirrus of the Sunless Realms, so we can be summoned to help her once again. This time she's fighting her grandfather, Mr. Hodrick. So this fight, as you're about to see, is no joke. It is no joke. He is kind of hard. The hard part is as well is that you have to do, oh my god. You have to do it while keeping Cirrus alive. So we do have a couple deaths here, just showing you how easy it is to get caught out by him. He can heal, and he has power within, which makes him do even more damage. Another parry. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't really just let Cirrus tank either because she's really squishy and we need her to survive to complete her quest. She can heal though, but she's slow, very slow. The best way to counter Hodrick that we found through a few tries here is to use backstabs, because backstabs mean that you are nice and safe behind him. It means that Cirrus is nice and safe because he's obviously being locked into this backstab animation. And also we do pressure him every time he backs off and tries to heal or tries to buff. We are ready and waiting there to interrupt him, and that is what we found to be the best way to tackle him. When he has his shield up, okay, we missed that heal, fair enough. I think he heals 3 times. Do not back him into a corner here, because he actually gets like, it feels like he gets more aggressive, you know? Get the backstab while he's on her. Make sure he doesn't do too much damage to her. Gotta keep her alive. Yeah, I don't know at what point he starts trying to buff, but if you ever see him sort of roll backwards, run backwards, yeah, like this. Okay, he's rolling back twice. He's trying to buff. Okay, she got this one. We'll try and get the next one. There we go. Interrupting it with the backstab is great, because as he stands up, you can get a couple hits in there. He's going to roll off and try and heal. Yep, okay, he got the heal in there because healing is so freaking fast, but never mind. I think that's him. Was that 2 heals? So I think that's him out of Estus now. We need to be so careful because we've got high vigor, like, and he was one-shotting us. It's crazy. Well, with a parry, with a crit, but still. Yeah, Cirrus has this lovely, like, dark weapon buff. Pretty cool looking. Right, okay, here we go. Now's the time. He's out of heals. Let's back him into the corner. Let's burn him down. He's going to try and power within. Boom. If he does get his buff off, it's like a massive damage boost. But it also ticks his health down gradually. It's not worth it though. Don't let him buff. But yeah, he's a toughie. Keep trying it though. There's no harm in continuing to try. Let's walk off into the sunset together, girlfriend. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, keep trying, because you just like res here every time you die. And then once her quest is done, that was like the hardest part of Cirrus's quest. I don't know, the hardest part is not speaking to Rosaria. There we are. Okay, so one last thing. She'll say, "May I serve you as a knight? Do you accept my vow?" Which of course we're going to do. Then she says, "Right, okay, brilliant. I'm going to serve you as your faithful knight." Brilliant. Alrighty. So with that done, now it's time for another boss. So, Dancer of the Boreal Valley. You can fight this boss early, but it's not advised. Now is when we're going to fight it. You know, now is the right time to fight it. We're going to teleport back to the High Wall of Lothric, Vort of the Boreal Valley. And then it's just simply a case of running up the hill to her. This boss is weak to lightning, so we're going to remove the charcoal pine resin and then instead put the gold pine resin on our equipment belt. Yep, she's just all the way up here to where we found Emma's corpse. Got the basin, we go up to the statue and place the basin. This basin here, it's a key. It's only a formality now. But there you go, you place that and then you get a cutscene. So if you killed Emma earlier in the game, you just automatically get this cutscene. You get attacked by Dancer. Which means you've unlocked this boss far too early. You're still not locked into doing it, but it's not a good idea. Anyway, this is when you're meant to fight it. This boss is tuned for you being at this stage in the game. Dancer's thing is that she dances. You want to hang around, much like Vort, you want to hang around near her thighs, sort of to her side, sort of underneath her. She's got big long arms, so a lot of the time when she sweeps, that can go right over your head if you're sort of underneath her. Gold pine resin to take advantage of that weakness. So like you saw there, right over the top of us, she's got quite a lot of combos. It can be hard to know when she's done attacking. But if you just stay sort of round about here with her. The hardest thing about being at this close range, other than obviously the combos, is she does have a grab. It's a very, very quick grab. and it's her hand that's not holding a weapon. And it's a very quick, like, if you're on that side of her. So that is the big thing to be aware of. We're going to show you it very shortly. Like so. Okay. I think were we getting a heal out? I think that's what was happening there. Luckily, we've got enough health to survive it. So just always make sure that you are almost at full health, just in case you do get grabbed. Okay, we're going to start attacking now. Just attacking the thighs and the booty. That's the gold pine resin worn off. Once you do start getting a combo going, she's not got a lot of HP. Oh, that was unfortunate. But yeah, we want to be... Oh, there we go. In close range, avoid the grab, hit back with another couple of attacks. That is an AoE. So when you see a ball of flame appear in her hands, that's an AoE, so back off from that. There's a grab. I think once you know what to look for, it's not so bad. Okay, around halfway, she'll pull out a second sword and start dancing. She does 7 spins. The last 2 are always like a little bit faster, so you can capitalize on that. Roll into her, and as she is recovering from the spin, get a big combo out. And you saw how much damage that did. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And combo. Regrettably, that's dancer. If you do it like that, you don't really have to worry. Phase 1 is actually harder than phase 2. Just try and count the spins. You can always tell when she's done because the last 2 are faster. If you want to get in prime pole position for getting a nice big combo on her, you want to make sure you are rolling forwards into the last couple of spins so that you're like and ready to start attacking, you know. And that was Anor Londo, Aldrich, Devourer of Gods, and Dancer of the Boreal Valley. Next time we're going to be heading into Lothric Castle. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope it was helpful to you. Leave a comment in the comments below if you want to talk about Dark Souls 3. Subscribe to see the next part of the walkthrough. Don't miss that. And I'll see you in the next video.